So guys, this is the petrol engine. You see, it still looks nice. So yeah, let's open it further. And guys, finally now I can see the generator. You can see the copper windings. Now guys, I was waiting for something interesting and I found it. This you see is a high voltage coil, two-sided. One pole north and the other pole south. Now if there is pole changing, then it will produce high voltage that is going to feed the spark plug and thus burning the coil and running the engine. So this coil, high voltage coil pole changing technique is obtained with the help of permanent magnets, super powerful. You see the poles. I believe this is the main pole, you see. Yeah, great, really nice. Not sure about the other pole. Yeah, this has really low magnetism, so I don't think that it has any polarity. I don't know what kind of system it uses to excite this magnetic pole. Anyways, yeah, let's get forward to opening the rest of it. And guys, you wanted to watch the treasure? Well, here it is. So guys, finally this part is out and all that is left is the petrol engine and the generator itself. The generator fan. So guys, you cannot believe what I'm watching here. It's just the best treasure I've ever seen. And guys, here what you are seeing is this rotor. The two-pole rotor with super high current winding. You see, good bearings. This is one pole, okay, and this is another pole. Looks so nice here. High quality bearings with a groove for placing this long screw through it. And finally, this armature winding that is responsible for generating high amount of current. Although guys, the slip rings and brushes are not visible on this side, then possibly they are on the other side of the rotor. And yes, there is one bad part for this generator, despite of the treasure, is that the petrol engine is in direct contact with the generator, meaning they are sharing the same metallic body. You see, even if I separate this, still the engine part is attached to the generator inside. Okay, so it is going to create some difficulty, but still I will have to do it.
Next level.
And guys, now comes the treasure part 1. The high voltage, very high voltage flyback transformer. Two poles, the separate poles type, north and south. Let's keep it aside. Wow, I've never seen the inside part of this. Looks really nice. Seems like a piston. Let's move the shaft and see what happens. Oh, it's coming back and forth. Ah, that's cool. And it's very smooth. Oh, pretty good. You see? Actually, I'm doing this. It is coming back and forth. Nice. And guys, when I'm placing my hand like this and turning the shaft like this, it's sucking my hand in. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, now. You see? It went inside and created a circle. One could make a pretty good air compressor or air pump with it. Pretty big area for suction. And I also have a Pulsar 150cc engine that might also contain something similar. So this seems interesting, so I'm also going to open up that. And now I have to open up this screws. Now it was very tight and I had to use one more person to help me out in opening this. I've loosened it up so that I can open it easily in front of the camera. So let's open it. You see, it's opening pretty good because I've already loosened it up. Yeah. This is the large metal and one magnetic piece. North, and I believe this entire is the south. I don't know how they maintain that because this is the only magnetic piece here. You see? And the rest, it's not magnetic. I mean it is, but it is distributed south or distributed north pole, while this side is concentrated. Okay, anyways, let's take this out also. And you see those hidden bolts? Yeah, I also have to open them. You see this part, it's a two-stroke engine. Wow, something similar to a flywheel, evenly distributed and with a magnet. Pretty good, huh? The final motor shaft. It is pretty tight to move. Yeah. And now the three bolts are open. And guys, now I believe that there is going to be a lot of engine oil, although I drained all of it, almost all of it, but still there always some left inside. So let's see how much it is. Yeah, it is still very tight. Let's open it. Wow. Now comes the treasure, the real treasure. Fully metallic, beautiful gears. Although it is going to be really difficult to run them. Yeah, I will show you though with the inside view. You see guys, beautiful gears, heavy duty and in perfect condition. Very nice. Oh well, I'm just loving it. Wow. And there is still a lot of engine oil, as I said. I will have to drain all of it. Okay. And guys, not just that, there is also a beautiful, amazing, high quality and without any problem, a perfect running bearing that it could be used in many of my future projects. Yeah, it's running really smooth. Wow. Pretty good guys, very nice. Yeah, see, it's very good looking, pretty smooth running, and in every way a very good engine. So there is no point in destroying it. I'm going to use it as an air compressor in one of my future upcoming projects. Opening it is only going to destroy it because the generator and the two-stroke engine both are connected to each other with a same body. The only way to separate them is to cut off this aluminum body, which is not at all useful. Hi guys, this what you see is a sieving machine motor. This one and this knob that you see, these are for the brushes, which ensures that this one is either a DC motor or a universal motor because of the presence of brushes and commutation. Let's open it and see. You can see that the brush is healthy. Let's check the other one. Hey, I forgot. If you are new to this channel, subscribe it now for awesome content and videos like these. Yeah, this one too. And obviously the length of both of them are almost identical, considering the fact that both of them were of an equal time period. And guys, after removing this final piece, it becomes clear that yes, it's a universal motor. So guys, this is an Indian made motor and comes by the name of Tullu pump. Okay, well, I have something here that just fell out. Okay, yeah, the base bush. Well, I never like motors with bushes, but this one has bushes, so I'm stuck with it. The armature of a universal motor is almost similar to that of a DC motor. Now comes the field winding. So yeah, this is the field winding. What we have here is, I think, a dead spider. Yeah, well, maybe I'll look its skeleton under a microscope or something. Yeah, and share an image with you guys too. Okay, cool. Let's keep it aside too. Now in close up, here as you can see, it is printed type AC as well as DC, stating that it's a universal motor made in Varanasi, India. Well guys, let's clean everything up using this WD-40 can, link for which will be provided in the description. After placing everything back as it was before, let's check the motor if it is working or not. Now guys, I'm going to use this 60 volts DC power supply from an e-bike charger. As you can see that it is flashing 56 volts DC. Sparking is there, and yes, it is running super smooth. Very nice. Very smooth operation. Yeah, well guys, the torque is also pretty good. Difficult to stop. Well guys, now I'm going to run it at 220 volts, within the voltage range DC from 70 to 220 volts, and see how much RPM I can obtain. And I will have to hold this motor, because of which I'm wearing rubber gloves. Let's see. And after that we are going to measure the RPM. Okay, time to turn on the supply. You can see that it has started running. Let's increase the speed. Increasing the speed. Increasing the speed now. More. 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 Reducing. Well guys, here I'm placing this drill chuck to measure the RPM with the help of a tachometer. Let's do the RPM measurement. As you can see that the machine has started and it is stating 3000 rpm, somewhere around 3000 rpm, pretty fixed. Let's increase it. Well, we have easily achieved 4200 rpm. Let's go a little further. Again, easily achieved 5500 rpm. Okay. Doing close to 7000 rpm. Let's take it a little bit more further. (8,000 rpm, more than 8,000, 8,300, more. (10,000 rpm, guys, 10,000 rpm, more. Let's go a little more. And doing here close to 11,000 rpm. Let's try a little more. Stopping it now. Now guys, in one of my previous videos that I made on a self-excitation of a universal motor from a washing machine, I showed you its excitation the easiest way possible. So for that, I'm going to use this 12 volts UPS battery. Next, what you have to do is run this motor with a DC source, not an AC but a DC source. Okay, you can see that it has started running. Initially, when it was running on AC, the residual magnetism was zero because of changing magnetic poles. The pole which was initially north became south and then again north. But now that I've fed a DC source to it, the poles have a residual magnetism. Now using that residual magnetism, I am going to self-excite it without any external source. This is a bulb, you see, incandescent bulb. Okay, let's connect its terminals. Now let's turn the supply on and see if it gets self-excited. Okay. You see that it is self-excited now. Cool, right? Okay, so starting the test now. As you can see that the bulb is not glowing. Now let's choose the previous method of battery excitation. Now let's try this way. Still not working. Trying with two batteries in series, making it 7 volts. Battery has been connected. And guys, as you can see that the resistance of this motor is so high that this bulb is not even glowing a little bit. Well, this type of motor is super bad for generating electricity unless we force excite the field winding of the motor and get electricity from its armature or vice versa.